Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about a poem, A Boat Beneath a Sunny Sky, written by Lewis Carroll. A Boat Beneath a Sunny Sky is a poem written by Lewis Carroll. Carroll was an English author who is most famous for his novel Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. He was also a successful poet, mathematician, and photographer. Basically, the poem A Boat Beneath a Sunny Sky tells the story of Carroll with a group of children in the summer and his interaction with them. It also describes his sentiments and sentiment of the children after they have been separated. This poem consists of 7 stanzas and each stanza having 3 lines. Here you can see the stanza 1, stanza 2, stanza 3. This is the stanza number 4, this is the stanza 5, this is the stanza 6 and this one is last stanza number 7. So there are total 7 stanzas in this poem and every stanza having a 3 lines. You can see here 1, 2, 3 and the fifth one stanza 1, 2, 3 and here you can see each stanza having 3 lines. Students, now I will tell you about the rhyming scheme. Here you can see after finishing the line of the first stanza, after the finishing of the first line, you can see I have written A, B, B. Again I have written A. So I just wanted to tell you why I have written this and what is this. What is this? So I am just telling you. Basically this is the rhyming scheme. And how we can identify the rhyming scheme? I just wanted to tell you. In the first stanza, a boat beneath a sunny sky. The line and sky. The second one is lingering onwards dreamily. Again end with the Y. And the third one is in an evening of July. So all 3 lines end with Y. So the rhyming scheme of this stanza is A. Now we will discuss in the second stanza. Children 3 that nestle near, eager eye and willing ear, please a simple tale to hear. So here you can also see all 3 lines end with the R or the pronunciation is also near, ear, hear. So the rhyming scheme of this stanza is B. Now I will read the third stanza. Long has paled that sunny sky, echoes fade and memories die, autumn frost have slain July. Here also you can see all line end with the pronunciation of sky, die, July. So it's similar to the stanza 1. So the rhyming scheme of this stanza is A. And here you can see one new word using here, slain. Slain, I have just underlined this word because we have using, this is the difficult words and I am just telling you the meaning of the slain. Here the meaning of slain is to kill someone. To kill someone, person or animal in a violent way. So when I will just explain the poem, then I will tell you the exact meaning of the slain here. Here you can read the fourth one stanza. Still she haunt me, phantom wise, Alice moving under skies, never seen by waking eyes. Here you can also see all line end with the phantom wise, skies and eyes. All end with the S. The pronunciation of skies, eyes, wise. So the rhyming scheme here C, C, C. Now in the fifth stanza, children yet the label to hear, eager eye and willing ear, lovingly shall nestle near. So here you can also see the line end with here, ear and near, and this stanza is similar to the stanza second. You can see the stanza second. Now here you can see the stanza number second. It's also ended with the near, ear and here. So the rhyming scheme of second stanza is B, 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 and similarly the rhyming scheme of the fifth stanza is also B, 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 because it's end with the here, ear or near. Now in the sixth stanza we will discuss, in a wonderland they lie, dreaming as the days go by, dreaming as the summer die. Here also you can see. So the rhyming scheme is here A, and in the last stanza, ever drifting down the stream, lingering in the golden gleam, life what it is but a dream. So all lines end with the stream, gleam and dream. So the rhyming scheme of this stanza is D, D, D. Now I will explain you each stanza one by one. Basically in this poem, Carroll uses very vivid and clear imagery, and the story that he is describing is very clear. So we will read the first stanza. The first stanza is, a boat beneath a sunny sky, lingering onwards dreamily in an evening of July. The first stanza in this poem, the poet describes a boat on a sunny day in the middle of summer. The boat is somewhere on the countryside and he is on the boat. The way he uses his words gives the impression that it is a warm day. Now I will read the second one stanza. Children three that nestle near, eager eyes and willing ear, pleased a simple tale to hear. In the second stanza, poet describes three children who are in the boat with him, means three children sitting in the boat along with the poet, and they want Carroll to tell them a story, and they wanted to listen a story from Carroll. Now the third stanza is, long has paled that sunny sky, echoes fade and memories die, autumn frost have slain July. In the third stanza, Carroll describes how the sunny and warm days are fading away and the weather is turning cold. Summer is turning into autumn. And here the poet is using one word, slain. Slain means to kill someone in a violent way. So here poet is using the slain words because the summer is turning into the autumn. Summer जो season है वो autumn में convert होने वाला है. So the summer is slain means summer को kill करते हुए autumn is going to be come. So that's why the poet is using the word here slain. It means weather is turning cold and summer is turning into the autumn. So here the poet is using one word slain. And now the fourth stanza is, still she haunts me phantom wise, Alice moving under skies and never seen by waking. In the fourth stanza, when Carroll writes, still she haunt me, he is expressing that only the memories of her remained also when he writes, never seen by waking eyes. Means, never seen by waking eyes means, Carroll is saying that the only memories of her remain Also, when he writes never seen by waking eyes, Carol is saying that the only time he sees her is when he is asleep. So, when Carol writes, still she haunt me, he is expressing that only the memories of her remain. And when he writes never seen by waking eyes, it means Carol wanted to say that the only time he sees her when he is asleep. Now the fifth one stanza is, children yet the tale to hear. In the fifth stanza, Carol is now writing about the children's situation, how they are no longer with him, yet they have not forgotten him. They still want to hear more of his stories and can't wait to see him again. Children are still waiting, they just wanted to listen more story, and Carol is now writing about the children's situation, how they are not longer with him, they are not forgetting him, and they still want to hear some more story from the Carol. Now I will read the sixth one stanza. In a wonderland they lie, dreaming as the days go by, dreaming as the summer die. In the sixth stanza, poet describe how the children are living in a dream world. They waste away the days fantasizing and dreaming about the summer. The children don't go back to the countryside ever again. Now the last and the seventh one paragraph or the seventh one stanza. Ever drifting down the stream, lingering in the gold and gleam, life, what is it but a dream? In the final stanza, he goes back to the boat, describing how even though he will never see the children again, and he will always remember drifting down the stream and the time spent with them. He will always have those memory. And the final line is the question. In the final line, poet just asking one question: what is it but a dream? Students, here you can see in the last line of the last stanza, the poet just wanted to ask one question: what is it but a dream? So basically what the poet want to say here, the poet feels sad with the fact that like Alice, all children will grow up inevitably and drift down the stream from wonderland to adulthood. And the water signifies the passage of time that flows and brides forth life's vessels, leaving the golden time of youth to fade into memories, and that will finally die. I think in the last line, the poet seems to express his belief that this certain reality is as consuming and expressing as a dream. Here you can see some words I have underlined here. In the fifth one stanza, I have underlined one word, nestle near. So what is the meaning of nestle here? Nestle means settle हो जाना, और lie comfortably, है ना, comfortably लेट जाना. So lie comfortably or settle is the meaning here. And the next one word I have mentioned here, underlined here, lingering. Lingering means it's being a place, एक ऐसी जगह longer than necessary, ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा बड़ी जगह, है ना, a place that is longer than the necessary. And I have used one word also, underlined that one word, gleam. Gleam means shine brightly, किसी चीज़ का brightly चमकना, shine brightly. So these are the difficult words or the word meaning I have just told you. Now I will tell you through this poem what message poet want to convey. So basically the poem conveys a lazy, lingering, dreamlike quality to the poem. It begins happily with the memory of the boat ride on a lazy summer evening, but soon the mood changes as the poet recalls sadly the growing up of Alice, who will never be the same again. However, he consoles himself with the thought that there will be future children like Alice. Means children like Alice, innocent, eager and excited about the tales he has told. But then when he thinks of how even these children will grow up and become mature and fixed, now really living as Alice, and however then he seems to literally shake himself up by being philosophical in saying that life is but a dream. So basically Lewis Carroll was an exceptional poet, and his poem A Boat Beneath a Sunny Sky has some very colorful imagery and is very descriptive. It really paints a beautiful picture in the reader's mind. Students, now I will tell you some difficult words, which one we have already discussed during explanation of the poem. The difficult words we have used lingering, slain or gleam. And the next one is word meaning. Now I am just describing the word meaning of these words. The meaning of lingering here, being in a place longer than necessary, which one I have already told you. Second one is slain. Slain we have used in the poem, I think in the second stanza. Slain, kill a person or animal in a violent way. है ना, violent way में किसी व्यक्ति को या animal को मार देना. But in the poem we are using the summer, autumn is killing to the summer. So in the poem we are using just slain as a killing of summer. And the third one is gleam. Gleam means shine brightly, and the nestle, settle or lie comfortably. So these are the difficult words or the word meaning, which one I have already given you along with the notes. And now you can frame the sentences also with the help of these word meaning, because you all know the meaning of these given words or the difficult words meaning you know. So you can frame the sentences also by your own self, and I think you can also write the basic theme and the what the message poet want to convey. So this one also you can write by your own self. Students, during the explanation of this poem, you have observed one thing you have observed here. The poet has a dreamy quality. पोइट की क्वालिटी यहाँ पर क्या शो हो रही है, ड्रीमी क्वालिटी, कि वो बहुत ड्रीम देखता है. सो इन दिस पोम वी कैन सी हियर द पोइट हैज़ अ ड्रीमी क्वालिटी. In the last paragraph in the last stanza you can also see here, the poet was fond of Alice because of her innocent freshness, her childish question and qualities. The poet found happiness in their interactions and keen interest in his stories, and he never found any other child to replace Alice from his heart, and he often thought about her in his dream. So student, this is the explanation of the poem A Boat Beneath the Sunny Sky and written by the Lewis Carroll. I hope you liked the video and you have enjoyed the video and you understood the basic theme or the message the poet want to convey. जो पोइट है वो क्या मैसेज कन्वे करना चाहता है, आई थिंक यू ऑल हैव अंडरस्टूड. सो नाउ यू कैन राइट द मैसेज बाय योर ओन वर्ड्स, एंड आई होप you all have liked the video, like this poem. Stay home, stay safe and stay healthy and keep studying with us. Thank you and have a nice